I have enjoyed my time here in this beautiful Airbnb in Ubud, Bali. In this video, I'm going to break down what I enjoy about my time here and what I wish I would have saw more of, but I'm headed to Seminyak, so let's get into it. Let me break down what I love about my time here in Ubud first. My Airbnb has been wonderful. I really enjoy my time here because the hosts, they are a married couple and this is truly a family compound. It is really beautiful and peaceful. I feel just at home here, and it really makes me think of like what a bed and breakfast truly is. Airbnb stands for bed and breakfast, but it's not really that extra touch that you get anymore because it's just about a money grab. I'm not gonna lie, like I invest in real estate, so I get it, but it's very rare that you find hosts that greet you and have all the extras that this couple has. This is ranking my top. If you've been watching my channel, I love my Airbnb in Santorini, Greece. Oh my goodness, my Airbnb in Tanzania, that was amazing. And then this one, and it's always when the hosts, they greet me, they help me with things, because when you're traveling the world by yourself, sometimes it's nice to have a little extra help. And so I arranged to be picked up from the airport by the host. They do that for additional charge. And when you are traveling like me, it's so great to have that extra thing taken off your plate. Yes, you can try to look for a ride sharing app to pick you up from the airport, but when a host offers, I usually just pay because I do not feel like trying to look for it on Google Maps. Sometimes you get into taxi cabs and ride sharing apps, and when they can't find the place, they just looking like, okay, it say I'm here, get out. And you gotta like look and try to see the Google Maps and this a picture of it. I didn't have to do all of that. So they picked me up, I arrived here. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tasha, and Tasha Journeys is all about providing you with travel inspiration and personal finance tips so you can hit your travel goals. If you are all about these two things, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss a video. YouTube be playing, so if you don't hit that notification bell, you're gonna miss cool videos like this from me. Just check out the surroundings of my Airbnb. The homes in Ubud look like they are in like alleyways because they're so narrow. So when you're walking to this Airbnb, for example, or a lot of homestays off the major road, you're gonna be like, am I walking into an alley? It's so narrow. And that's one of the things I do not like. Some of them are well lit, like the first couple blocks when you leave out of my Airbnb, they're well lit, and then right when you come in, it's very dark. So I don't like that. That's something to do with the host. But I did notice that like with just walking around certain like alleyways, it's not really alleyways, it's streets where you would go, they're dark. And I'm out at night because it gets dark here around 6:37. So I'm out at night and it's super hot and humid. So a lot of people, when you're in a hot country, or hotter climate, they do a lot of stuff at night. And even at night, I'm still glistening, y'all. So I don't like that. And then the dogs. So these are people's homes and they have dogs. And I thought they were stray dogs at first. Some of them may be stray dogs. I don't know. I'm not a dog person. So one night, my first night coming back from dinner, it was like 8 o'clock, and this dog like was barking, like, and I'm at me, and I'm like nervous, like what the hell? So luckily that there was a little store like bodega type where I could stand in the doorway. The guy told me I could just stand in there, and then I saw this couple walk and they petting a dog and all this stuff. So while they was petting them, I just walked on by. I'm not a dog person, so I can't tell if it's a friendly bark or get away from me bark. When I hear bark, I'm out. So to deter me from being scared to walking at night, I got me some dog treats. I learned this trick in Bulgaria because it was some stray dogs there. Have some dog treats. Sure enough, a few nights later, that dog was barking. I threw them treats, and he was my best friend. I don't got time to be getting bit, and listen, I'm really nervous. I'm trying to work through my dog fear. So that's the one negative. Just some areas are not the best lit, and it gets dark early, and there's dogs everywhere. Even not in my little streets, like streetway where I live, the major roads have dogs as well, and it's like, oh my gosh, where are these dogs coming from? There are a lot of things to do here. I did go to like a fire show. Down the street from me at a temple to learn about the tradition of the Balinese. And I didn't really do too much outside of that. I did go visit the volcano, and then I did a photo shoot. You gotta do the photo shoot when you go to a beautiful place like Bali. It was well set up, so I did a little photo shoot, and that's pretty much it. Now, the Airbnb host did drive me to the volcano in both places and stayed and waited for me, and it was private, so I love that. And he took some pictures of some places. If you're coming to Ubud, I definitely recommend you go to this restaurant to get a good look at the volcano. This food was so good. Everything, the juices, all of it. And y'all know what I'm about to say. The aesthetics. It was given what it needs to be gave. The highlight of my excursions was really riding around with my host and learning about Balinese tradition. It's like when I'm traveling, I really want to understand the culture. Like, yes, I can go do the photo shoots and go to the museums and read like stuff on the wall, but I really try to understand from the people who live in the particular country that I'm visiting, what is life really like? What do you think about, tons of people trying to move here because it's low cost? So we had a great conversation about that and just riding around. So I'm gonna let you see the views and share what I learned about the Balinese family, like the burials. And I'm bringing up the burials because on the compound there's actually a temple here, and I'm like, is that really a temple in the where I'm staying? He's like, yeah, that's a family temple. And so he really broke it down. So check out some views of Ubud if you are interested in seeing what it looks like throughout the island of Ubud, on Bali. Check this out as I give you some tips or insight into Balinese tradition.
The new moon is another big ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so tomorrow I will probably see more stuff on my steps.
So like today, like by 3 p.m.
Katul was explaining to me that he is going to get ready to go to temple at 3 p.m. so he can make the offering. And you're seeing the woman carry flowers on their head because they're going to the temple you see right here to begin preparing the offering, which is the flowers that I showed earlier. I was asking Katul so many questions about the practices of the form of Hinduism that is practiced in Bali. And we start talking about the burial of family members because, as I stated before, there is a temple on the family compound that I actually am renting a room in. And he was explaining to me the following: bury family members, and then every 5 years they do a cremation with other families.
Yes.
Okay.
Cremation together.
Cremation together.
Like the maybe around 50 to 100 people do it together.
Okay.
It's mean when you do together, will be easier and cheaper.
Okay.
And then in same time you have enough time to save the money.
Okay.
Yeah. So in my village will be next 2 months.
So it's actually cheaper to bury a family member on the family compound, and then 5 whole years later, they do a village cremation, just because in the 5 years they save money and they do the cremation together. I thought that was very interesting, considering that it is cheaper to do cremations in the United States. I know I got a little bit morbid on this video, but I just be asking all types of questions, and I am really curious about other religions. The food in Ubud is really good. There are tons and tons of restaurant options, vegan, just clean eating restaurants everywhere. I did get sick though. I think I got sick from like this deli meat, this chicken breast sandwich that I had. It was good, and then a few hours later I felt like my stomach, I think that's thunder. Hold on. No, that's a motorcycle. I felt like my food wasn't digested, and whatever, later on that evening I had something else to eat, and sure enough the next morning, yeah. So that sucked, but I haven't had any other issues. I mean, knock on wood, with the food here. It's this term called Bali belly, where people tend to get sick when they come visit Bali from other countries. But the food I've had has been really good. So I've been getting like salmon, quinoa, different breakfasts. Ooh, I love breakfast. And my normal breakfast, like for me, like having some scrambled eggs and sausage, bacon, all of that, which I try to eat healthy, but when I see that the sausage bacon option, I'm gonna get it. That's here in restaurants as well. And I get breakfast brought to me, like I showed y'all in the video earlier about the Airbnb. So, but I love breakfast, so I'll usually get breakfast for lunch when I leave here. But the one thing that I noticed about the restaurants here is that they usually are outside, like not completely outside, like they'll have a roof covering, but it's like open air. So the doors and windows are off and it's fully open, exposed, and so mosquitoes and the heat and the humidity, I need to have a balance. Like if I'm walking around in heat, I wouldn't go in. When I eat my meal, I want it to be somewhat air conditioned or have the option. There was really only one restaurant I really found that had that option, so that was my only negative, I would say, just because I do want that relief. So there ain't really no complaint, but the food here has been pretty good overall, and there's tons of options. So this is what I was telling you all before. Like, this is me walking down the street from the homes, and so these are homes. Like, this is their gates and everything to their homes, and a lot of them have like the temples inside. And one thing you have to be ready for is all of the scooters, motorcycles. They are everywhere. It's the common way to get around versus like a car. People have cars here, but the scooters, and they get on my nerves sometimes, because you're walking down the street and then that's, boom, where you think it's like a walking street because it's like not that big, and then that's, scooters. So I believe that cars go down here as well. So when cars come, like I was saying, I like stand up here and let the cars go through because it's a tight squeeze. It's my walk to go grab food. So yeah, this is the neighborhood where I said before, I'm like, when I first was walking down, I'm like, is this an alley? Because you're walking and then boom, you get to another one, and so you're walking. So like that's my view of it all. But today it rained, so it's not as humid. So I'm like, of course now it's like perfect weather when I'm getting ready to head to Seminyak. So Seminyak is about an hour and a half away. So check out my favorite restaurants. is a digital nomad solo traveler community like in Ubud? I could not tell you, because I did not try to connect with anyone here. I actually may come back. I'm going to compare Ubud to Seminyak and see where I want to spend the last couple weeks before I head to my next destination. But I just needed some time to myself to reflect on Japan and edit videos and get some content ready for you all to see from my time in Japan. But the more that I've been traveling, the more I realize it is important to stop and reflect, because time goes by so fast, y'all. And I really didn't want to just be go, 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 go. So Seminyak, I will try to connect with people so you get some insight into that. And yeah, let me know if you have any specific questions about Ubud in the comments below, and I will try my best to answer them. And then look at my room, like just my view when I wake up. This is what I look at. And just sitting here, so I just sit in silence. There's like a water pond with fish. I hear them flipping all the time. I just been in peace and relaxing. So I didn't meet any people here. We'll see what happens in Seminyak. Oh, and I also have monkeys as my neighbor. So it's not just the fish. Sometimes I sit out here and I may see a monkey. So yeah, I really like this room. Be sure to watch the next video on screen. Until next time, bye.